Hello everyone, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you are highly most welcome. Please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you get to see this video. In today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make a dartless gown with a cowl effect neckline. So if this sounds like what you want to learn, please keep on watching. I don't to watch to the end. Like this video, share, comment, and let's get started. So guys, these are the materials we'll be working with, and with me here I have my rulers and the materials I will be working with. You can see I have my tape rule, I have both the long and the curve ruler, my biro, my scissors, and here is a thick crepe I'm using 2 years of thick crepe. So and this is 2 years of it, like I said. So I have my pattern paper with me, so I will be drafting a pattern before transferring to my main fabric. So the first thing we'll be doing here is to draw out a starting line. So this is me, I'm just trying to draw out my starting line like this, and this will serve as my shoulder line. Now the length of the first thing I will be taking is my armhole, which is my chest line. So for me is 8.5, including the shoulder slope. Then I marked my shoulder to waist, my shoulder to bust, and shoulder to waist. So this is what I am doing now. So this is my armhole, my shoulder to bust, and my shoulder to my waist. So I'm just going to give it a straight line. So after ruling my straight line, this is how it comes out. So the next step we are going to take now is to take my shoulder measurement. So my shoulder measurement is 14. So I divided into two. I have 7 inches. Then I'm going to mark it there. I come to the chest line and mark my 7 inches here as well. Then the next step is to bring my ruler and just rule it as a straight line like this. So after taking my straight line, and this is how it is. So for my neck width, I'm using 3 inches, and for the depth I'm using 3 inches for now, because we are still going to alter the neckline. Okay, so I'm just going to connect this my neck line like this. So guys, after connecting my line, I'm just going to come to this side and mark 1 inches for my shoulder slope. Then I'm just going go ahead to connect it to the neck width. So you can see I have 7.5 inches remaining for my chest line. Then I divided into two. I come in by half an inch, and I'm going to divide my bust measurement into four, and I'm going to put what I have there. Then I'm just going to connect my armhole like this. So after connecting my armhole, what I'm going to do next now is to come to my waistline. So I'm going to divide my waist by 4 and put the measurement there. So I go ahead to add my seam allowance to it. You can as well use 1 inches. For this tutorial, I use 1.5 inches for my seam allowance. Then I'm just going to connect my line like this. So after that, I'm just going to cut it out. So guys, after cutting, I'm just going to implicate this part as the front bordings. Okay, so let's work with the back. So this is another fresh pattern, and I will still go ahead to rule a starting line here. So after ruling a starting line, the first measurement I will be taking is from my shoulder to my chest line and shoulder to my waistline, which is 16 inches. So I'm just going to rule. I will still mark the same thing at this other part, and shoulder to my waist 16. Then I'm just going to give it a straight line like this. Then after ruling it like so, the next step is to take the zipper allowance. So I'm using 2 inches for my zipper allowance. So you can go ahead to use 1.5 or 1 inches for your zipper allowance. But for the case of this tutorial, I'm using 2 inches for my zipper allowance. Then I'm just going to roll it up like this. So after everything, after rolling it up, just taking this line here as my starting line. Okay, all my measurement will start from this line. So this line, I am going to take my measurement from this line. So my 7 inches, I'm going to start it from this line because that line is more of my starting line. So I'm just going to come to the chest line and repeat my 7 inches here, and I would mark. So after marking now, I'm just going to roll it up like this. Okay, so the next step is my shoulder width is 3 inches. For the depth, I'm using 1 inches for the back. So I'm just going to roll it up like so. Okay, so after rolling it, I'm just going to extend my shoulder slope by 1 inches like this, and I'm just going to curve it this way. So I will come to the chest line, divide my bust measurement by 4 and add what I have there. Then just come to this part, divide what I have, which is my chest line. I'm going to divide what I have, look for the midpoint and connect it to your chest line, which is your bust point. So coming to the waist, divide your waist measurement by 4, add your 1.5 inches seam allowance, 1 inches for that, and come to this bust point, add your 1.5 inches seam allowance. Hope you understand. You must not use 1.5 inches for your allowance. Go ahead to use 1 inches and the inches you is best known to you. Okay, so for my dart, my nipple to nipple measurement is 3.5 after divided by 2. So I'm going to place my 3.5 here and I'm marking it like so. So after that, I'm just going to roll it up like this. Okay, after rolling it up, I'm going to mark half an inch on both sides. Okay, then after marking my half an inch on both sides, I'm just going to connect it this way like this. All right, so the next step we are doing is to remove our zipper bulginess. So I come in by 1 inches and I'm going to connect from the 1 inches down to the up like so. So with this you have eliminate your zipper bulge. So from this shoulder, I come down by 6 inches because for the back, you will notice that there is kind of uh, keyhole at the back. So I come down by 6 inches. I don't want mine to be too reflect like it. I want it high. I don't want it low. So from here, I come down by 1 inches, and from this 1 inches, I come in by 2.5, 2 inches. Sorry, 2 inches. Okay, then from this line here, I come in by 5 inches. Then I'm just going to connect it I'm just going to connect it like so. Just a kind of a triangle like so. So I'm just going to connect it. I don't want mine to be deep. So if you want yours to be deep, you can use this chest line like this. You can use this chest line, but I don't want my back to be revealed. That is why I come up a little bit. But if you want yours, but according to the thumbnail, there is down is very low, but I don't want mine to be low. That's why I uh, come up a little bit. So I extended my nipple to the up. So I want to tighten this part. So I use 0.25 on both sides. Then I connect it down. Okay, I just reconnect it down like so. So guys, after connecting, so the next thing we are going to do is to replace this dart here. So I'm just going to replace the darts at this chest line. So I need to replace it so that I will not have any shortage. So after measuring, I discover I have a half an inch. Then I'm just impute my half an inch at the bust line. Then I reconnect again, and that is it for the drafting of the back. So what we are going to do is to cut it out. So guys, after cutting, I'm going to close my pattern, my dart on the pattern before cutting it to my fabric. So you can see I've cut out my dart, and I went ahead to close it. I want to use my sellotape to gum it together. So I'm just going to close in my pattern, my dart, before transferring it to my fabric. Hope you understand. So you can see I mash it to this line here. I mash it to this line here. It should not be it should not be more than this line if you want to close your pattern. Just place it on top of this line. Hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. And just go ahead to tape it like this. So we now have our back block here with us here. So this is the back. So I'm just going to take the back aside first. Let's work with the front. So this is it, back and the front. So I'm going to take the back aside first, and let's work with the front. So for the front, I told us that we will alter the neckline before. So for the front, for this chest line, I'm just going to open it up. Please don't cut it out. Just cut it a little, like, so that you can able to open it here and there. So after that, you can see you can open it like this, close it. Just don't cut it out. So after cutting, I'm just going to aside it first, and I'm going to bring the down part, okay, the down part of the gown. So for the down part, the first thing we'll be doing is to also rule out our starting line. Then I'm going to remove the upper part, which is 16 inches. So I remove my 16 inches, and for the length of my gown is 41. So I'm going to add extra 1 inches for my hemming allowance, making it 42. So you can see I place my 16 inches at the the starting line like this, okay. So from there I come down by 25 inches for my hip length. So I mark my hip length and I marked my full length. So I'm just going to take it in a straight line like this. So this is it. So the next step we are going to take is to take our waist measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to add my 1.5 inches for seam allowance and 1 inches for my darts. Note that whatsoever you have as seam allowance at the top is the same thing that we are going to place at the down part as well. So for my hip, I divide my hip into 4, and I'm going to place my what I have there plus my 1.5 inches seam allowance. So I'm going to mark what I have here, and I'm going to deduct 1.5 inches from it for the hem part. So whatever I have for my hip allowance, for my hip measurement, I remove 1.5 inches so that in the skirt with the down part we have shape. So that is it, guys. So let's come to the up. I'm going to mark my hip nipple to nipple divided by 2, which is 3.5. So I'm going to come down by 5 inches like this and ensure that I have 3.5 inches at this line here, and I'm going to take it in a straight line like this. So after that, I will mark half an inch on both sides, and I will reconnect to the hem like this. So this is it. So for the center, I come down by 1 inches for my center of the front. So I'm just going to connect it to the waist measurements. Just look at what I am doing. So after that, now I'm just going to cut, but take note that I'm not cutting this 1 inches as we come down with. I will cut out my back line first before I will cut it out. After cutting, this is how it is. So the next step we'll be doing now is to bring out the fabric and fold into two to place the front on top of the fabric. Guys, I folded my fabric into two, but before we transfer our pattern, I need to close my dart. Okay, I need to close my dart on my pattern first. So you can see I'm trying to close my pattern, my dart. Okay. So I'm going to use my sellotape to hold it together. So I'm just going to fold my fabric into two like I said before. So after that, I'm just ensure that I have my zipper allowance for the down part. Note that I use a 2 inches for my zipper allowance at the up, which is at the top part. So I'm still going to use the 2 inches allowance for the down part as well. So I'm just trying to arrange it in a proper way so that I can have my zipper allowance. So just going to pin it down. I'm pinning the fabric and the pattern paper. I'm trying to hold them in place so that when I want to take my zipper allowance, I will not have issue there. So guys, I've already pinned it and this is how it is. So the next step we are going to take now is to mark our zipper allowance. So I use 2 inches for my zipper allowance. So I'm going to mark my 2 inches from the starting to the hem part. So just follow the pattern like this, okay? So after marking, I'm just going to extend the waist down and I'm just going to connect the line together like this. So now the next step we are going to take is to remove the zipper bulge at the at the skirt part too. So I also remove 1 inches. Remember we remove 1 inches at the top part. So the same thing goes to the down part as well. So I remove 1 inches. Then I'm going to extend my hip line. I'm going to extend my hip line like this. Then after extending, I'm just going to connect it to the hip length like so. Okay, so for the down part, I don't want mine to be free. I want to tighten the down part. So I measure from my waist to my under butt. Okay, just go ahead to measure from your waist to your under butt, and mine is 15 inches. Then I'm just going to mark my 15 inches here. So from the hip down to the under butt is 9 inches, right? So go ahead to measure yours. This is mine. So for this down part, I come in by 1 inches. Okay, I just want to tighten the down part so that it will have a fitting at this part, just the way you see on the screen here. So I'm just going to connect it to the under butt, just the way you see me doing. You can see I connect it to the under butt. So that is that, guys. So this is a butt contouring. That is how they call it. So that is that. We are just going to cut it out. Okay. Please ensure that you close your darts. Okay, just ensure that you close the darts. So after that I'm just going to remove the front from the back, and let's work with the front. So I folded my fabric again. So on this furry part, it's unfold, and you will place the center at the folded part, which is the part that you fold, which is the center part. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Then I'm just going to pin down the fabric and the pattern together to hold them in place. So after pinning, I'm just going to cut this line here. So you can now go ahead to cut this line, okay, and follow the shape. Is this sellotape is not good enough, that is why it's removing, but please ensure that you close your dart before cutting. So I'm just going to follow the shape like so. Just go ahead to cut it like so guys, in my next video I will teach you step by step on how to cut the front and how to sew it. So guys, if you have not subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so that when I post the video, you get to see the video. Please like, share, comment on this video, and this is the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. To see you in my next one.